Australia's biggest airline, Qantas, has been met with mixed sentiments after its bosses appeared at a Senate inquiry in Darwin today. The inquiry was called after widespread concerns by residents in places like Alice Springs and Mount Isa about the cost and availability of flights out of their towns. Emilia Terzon reports.
It has been a very long journey to Darwin for Hamish Griffin.
So I've driven the last 2 days from Cloncurry all the way to Darwin, which is about 1,800 kilometres or 20 hours of driving.
Mr Griffin came to Darwin to attend a Senate inquiry today about the cost of remote flights.
But ironically, it was just far too expensive to fly.
It is stories like this that were forefront at the inquiry in Darwin today, where Australia's biggest airline, Qantas, took centre stage. During his opening address, a Qantas executive claimed ticket prices are fair and just reflect the cost of doing business in regional Australia.
So to cover these higher costs and the lack of scale, fares are naturally higher. The major costs are labour, fuel, maintenance and airport charges.
But after the cameras were kicked out of the public inquiry, one of the presiding senators wasn't buying Qantas's claims around airport charges.
We could annihilate it, and my $1,580 fare that I'm advertised here would become $1,500.77. So I fail to see how relief on airport charges could impact on this.
Northern Territory Senator Malarndirri McCarthy also sat on the inquiry. She asked Qantas why it's cut thousands of plane tickets into Alice Springs.
Look, it was certainly very disappointing that Qantas did not have answers directly in relation to Alice Springs and Darwin, given that the hearing is specifically here.
Qantas was also grilled at the inquiry about why it axed its entire route to Nhulunbuy in northeast Arnhem Land several years ago, leaving the job to the smaller operator Air North. And as the inquiry has heard, that arrangement hasn't worked out well for the region. A fact experienced by one inquiry attendee, whose Air North plane to Nhulunbuy was delayed by 7 hours this morning.
It's ironic. Yeah, it's quite ironic.
Air North hasn't yet submitted evidence to the inquiry, despite being asked to twice by the senators. Emilia Terzon, ABC News, Darwin.